Okay, load 1626, Mr. Howell, Howell. Let me show you right here. We have a soffit area that's above these cabinets at the sink. We also have an offset soffit area that's above the cabinets over on the other side of the room. Now, what's happened is this was a double oven. This was a double oven and a cooktop. You can see the offset in the cabinets there where a cooktop was. So they come in and they cut out the double oven and went ahead and put a freestanding stove where the double oven space was. And they just put a new piece of countertop, butcher block top down where the cooktop was at. And that gave them a larger counter space and another stove area. But with this layout, I've been talking to the customer today, with this layout, it's actually going to be a more beneficial layout if we actually put the stove back in the center of the run. And even though your top cabinets actually are 12 inches here and a step out here for this one, if you have the cabinets all in one line across here, that popcorn that's underneath there, that overhang popcorn, has actually been sprayed on all of these soffits back when the house was built. So that popcorn is behind there. You can actually tip in there and see behind the shadow, that popcorn is actually back behind that cabinet. So when this cabinet gets torn out, you're actually going to have finished bottoms to that soffit. And so to get more counter space and more usable area over here, it probably, and especially the cleaning aspect of it being against this one, it's better, I think, for it to be in the center of the run of the area here. And you already have a circuit back there, he said, for that to happen. Now, one of the other things we talked about today is something that a lot of people do. You see, this is a lean-in pantry right here. And so when they build these soffits in, they usually build like you see a lean-in pantry section, just because it's less expensive than putting in cabinetry. Some 2x4 studs and sheetrock, and it's a door. But one of the things we talked about is his refrigerator is over here against the left-hand wall, okay? All the way up against the left-hand side of this. And if you look, the original refrigerator is about 35.5 inches wide, and it's pinned right here at the front corner of the door. So when I open this door, look at that, it actually becomes less than the width, and then it finally opens. Well, most all new refrigerators, the thickness of this door is 3 or 4 inches, and the pin is back here in the corner. Well, that means that you got to leave more room for the refrigerator to fit that opening, and there's our dishwasher. So to try to make this to where it works out a little better and have more space, and also so that the door will open up past 90 degrees, we talked about taking and having his contractor, they're tearing out all this floor and everything. They had a water leak, and so this particle board that's under here is puffed up real thick with water damage. So they're tearing out all this floor area anyway. But if you're talking about taking and cutting this soffit area right across here into this space and take this center wall bridge out, you could actually tuck the refrigerator back into that opening right there. And so your refrigerator then, the soffit line that you have up here, you would just extend that right over the top of your fridge area. And you could actually put that deep cabinet above your refrigerator then, just like you have here. Put that deep cabinet above there. And then you got room for maybe an 18-inch pantry if you wanted underneath the area here. But he would like to see some of these options for the layout, because he's going to have some structure work done anyway. And so some of this removing walls and fixing sheetrock and stuff like this is something that he could get done, because he already has a contractor that's going to be involved with what they're doing. Now, over here on this side, if you look, washer and dryer has been brought up here because, again, they're having trouble with getting up and down from upstairs, so they've actually moved it to here. Your upper cabinets in this design come right out past the soffit and go over to within about 4 inches of that wall there. So we are looking at a 14-inch deep soffit, 12 inches tall, 30-inch cabinet. We need standard overlay. Now, if you look, see these doors? They're about 1.5 inches down from the cabinet box there. These layouts would definitely lend themselves to a standard overlay, so you wouldn't have problems with the transition. And we could put a soffit crown molding, like a little 7/8 or 1 inch tall soffit crown there, that would carry right out over the top of those cabinets and look continuous with the cabinet layout. And then over here on this side, the soffit crown would carry right underneath the edge of that. And if we didn't do the refrigerator space, it'd actually come right on over here and it would look continuous. The reason too, standard overlay, see how they got a 4 set of drawers here? It's about 21 inches wide. Well, this cabinet's right into the actual library molding or chair rail molding that's here. And see, the drawer doesn't get anywhere near it. We wouldn't have to put a 1 inch spacer to start that if we had that spacing available there. So the standard overlay would really be the fix for the spacing issue as far as making everything fit right, because that's what was here before, instead of having to have a bunch of fillers and full overlay doors rubbing walls and stuff. Ceiling heights. Ceiling is a textured popcorn like you see. Ceiling heights are 8 feet. We're going to stay inside of the 84-inch operating range with the cabinets. And if you look right here, there is no molding on the window. See that? No molding on either side. The window actually has about a 3.5 inch, 3 5/8 inch reveal right now, because there's actually a hole up under there for a light to go up inside of there. So as far as that goes, that's structural. That doesn't get filled in. You might want to talk to the customer about having a dust board there if they want to get rid of that, but it has to be above that ledge line. That ledge line for the window is actually higher than the soffit. So again, dishwasher is on the left. They got some issues underneath the sink. That's what caused all the water line issues inside. Got a third-party contractor doing all the demo. He's doing all of the floor repairs, and possibly if there's any water or plumbing issues, taking care of all that outside of what we're doing with the cabinets. So if you have any questions about this kitchen, feel free to give me a call, 423-650-1051, especially on the measurement side of that, about laying this out if you're going to show them the change with the refrigerator. Thanks very much. Have a good day.